In 2010, a group of LGBT service members and veterans came together to form the nation's first LGBTQ Pride military contingent for San Diego Pride.
Still under the eyes of Don't Ask, Don't Tell, the brave members of the first contingent marched, resolved to be visible and present even when they faced the possibility of retribution.
In 2011, in celebration of the repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell, we marched again. And since then, LGBTQ service members, veterans, and their families have marched every year in celebration of their service and their pride.
In a post-Don't Ask, Don't Tell military, the San Diego Pride Military Department still provides a place of community and visibility for our nation's military here in San Diego.
For 10 years, we have seen silkies, drag shows, torrential downpours, marriage proposals, reenlistments, color guards, a sanctioned military flyover, and now a pandemic. As many of our members continue their service to not only our nation, but to our communities on the front lines, the board of the military department would like to thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for all your service.
Thank you for your service.
This time will pass, we will rise again, and we will once again carry our nation's colors down University Avenue.
We are all in this together.
And on behalf of the members of the San Diego Pride Military Department, we would like to wish everyone a safe and happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride!
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride!
I grew up on a farm in rural Alabama, about 50 miles from Montgomery. And growing up there during the 40s, I saw those signs that said white men, white women, white waiting, colored waiting. I didn't like those signs, and I wanted to do something about it. In 1955, when I was 15 years old, I heard about Rosa Parks. I heard the words of Martin Luther King Jr. on the radio. And the action of Rosa Parks and the words of Martin Luther King Jr. inspired me. So I wrote this letter to Dr. King. I didn't tell my mother, I didn't tell my father, my sisters, my brothers, my teachers. Dr. King wrote me back and sent me a round-trip Greyhound bus ticket and invited me to come to Montgomery to meet with him.
In 1961, as a participant in the sit-ins of 1959 and 1960, I received an invitation from CORE, the Congress of Racial Equality, to participate in the Freedom Rides in 1961. In 1961, the same year that President Barack Obama was born, black people and white people could be seated on a bus. We got off the bus and we started into a so-called white waiting room. We were beaten by members of the Klan. They beat us. They left us lying in a pool of blood. The local police officials came up, wanted to know whether we wanted to press charges. We said no. We come with peace. We believe in the way of love. We believe in the philosophy and the discipline of nonviolence.
The Freedom Rides led to the desegregation of public transportation all across the South. In 1965, a group of young people, students and others, attempted to cross the Edmund Pettus Bridge in Selma, Alabama, to march 50 miles from Selma to Montgomery, to dramatize to the nation and to the world that people wanted simply to register to vote. They came toward us, beating us with nightsticks and bullwhips,
tramping us with horses, and releasing the tear gas. At the foot of that bridge, I was beaten. I thought I was going to die. I thought I saw death. But if dying was necessary to make it possible for hundreds and thousands and millions of people to be able to participate in a democratic process, that was the price to pay. My simple message would be, if you find something that you feel very strong about, stand up, speak out, give it your all, push, pull, and as I said from time to time, never ever give up or give in or give out. And whatever you do it with faith and hope and much love.
My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just what I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just what I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. 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 My soul is welcome here.
Good morning and welcome to Vision Sunday Celebration. So good to have you here this morning. Grab that cup of coffee or refill the one you've already got. Sit down, get comfortable. We are going to sing, we're going to pray, we're going to spend some time together knowing Spirit, knowing God is the truth of all of us. So join me, would you please, in prayer right now. I give great thanks for this moment. I give thanks for this day. I know it is the day that God has made just for us, that this beautiful morning is ours to enjoy, knowing that God is at the center of our lives. God is at the center of everything. God is at the center of the universe. It is Spirit whose center is everywhere and whose circumference is nowhere, because God is infinite. We know this in our hearts, that God is the truth of us. God is all there is, in whatever form it shows up. So we know ourselves as that. We know all life as that. Animal, vegetable, mineral, we know all of it. Everything in the manifest universe is the body of God. So we know this for ourselves. We know this for each other. And we give great thanks, for this is truth. This is what it is. We know God right here, right now, expressing, living, being the life of everyone. So it is with great thanks we simply allow this to be, and so it is. Amen. Good morning. So good to see all of you. So good to be on this tremendous technology that we have that allows Vision Celebration to come right into your home. We are very fortunate that we are living at this time while we're sheltering in place, to have this technology to come together and to welcome people from all over, maybe not even San Diego, but from all over the world, wherever you are tuning in from. Thank you for being here. You will absolutely find something that will fill you spiritually, that will nurture your heart while we're doing this thing called sheltering in place. So thank you for being here this morning. I want to tell you first about our practitioners. We have licensed practitioners who are here to serve you in prayer. If you are listening, if there is something on your heart right now and you would desire prayer, please go to our website, www.visioncsl.org. There is a page where you can fill out a prayer request form. There is a page of practitioners with their phone numbers so that you may call them and get prayer over the phone. We are here to serve you in prayer any way we can because we know that prayer changes things. It absolutely does. So please avail yourself of that. Get in touch with a practitioner, put one on your speed dial, get one on retainer, do what you need to do for your own spiritual health and well-being during this time when we cannot meet in person. It absolutely uplifts us to know the truth of who we are. And when we forget the truth of who we are, we have practitioners that know for us, that know on our behalf. And what we absolutely know in the science of mind and spirit is what God knows in one place, it knows everywhere. So please do that. Oh, and I also want to invite you to our meet and greet after the celebration ends today. We have a Zoom room all set up, all ready to go for you after today's celebration. Remember, it's just like hospitality, but you're not here. So tune in after our celebration concludes to the Zoom room for a meet and greet, to chat about what's on your heart, to talk about the talk, whatever you'd like to do. We are here to be in community so that we always remember, right, Vision? You know, from my heart to yours, we are one. So do that after the celebration. Let's see, what else can I tell you? Oh, I know. We have a saying that we say every single week at Vision. You know what it is. It's the one that's usually on our welcome packet. We say it together to remind ourselves, to remind our friends, to remind everyone out there maybe who is tuning in for the first time. So let's say it together. You ready? Good. Whoever you are and wherever you are welcome here. You are safe and you are loved. Just allow that to resonate with you. Allow that to just go into your heart at a deeper level. And so right now I'm going to turn it over to the celebration singers who are going to do our centering song and prepare us for meditation. Thank you.
Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. It shall be given unto you. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and it shall be opened unto you. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you.
Good morning. My name is Mary Ann Downs Tanaka, and I'm a licensed spiritual counselor here at Vision. Please take these quotations into your heart as we move into the silence, and allow the tones of the bowl to bring you into and out of the 5-minute meditation. Only in love are unity and duality not in conflict. Tagore. And from Ernest Holmes, it is only when we let go of all human will and recognize the pure essence of the spiritual principle incarnated in us, that thought rises above a belief in duality. The memorial candle is burning today for John Lewis, a lifetime champion of civil rights, a powerful man who walked alongside Martin Luther King in the quest for equality for all people on earth. And I know that there is only one life. There is only one presence. That presence is alive in all of us, equal in all of us, right here and right now. I know that there is only God. God is the source of all, the creator of all, from the outer reaches of the universe to the tiniest grains of sand. I know there is only one life, one presence, and that presence we call God. And I know that I am one with that presence right here and right now. And as I know it for myself, I know it for every person, everything on earth. We are all one. And so I claim for all of us right here and now the good that has been gifted to us. We have all been given the keys of the kingdom right here and right now, and I accept it for all of us right here and now. I accept the good, the joy, the love, the peace, the health, the wholeness, freedom. I accept it all right here, right now for each and every one of us. And I know that each and every one of us are strong from the inside out, for that is where we go deep. We know that we are powered by God. In the midst of all that is happening around us, which may look other than peace and other than freedom, I know and accept that we have the power to choose. We have the power to choose right here and right now what is good, what we know to be the truth. And so I am so grateful for this. I'm grateful for this knowing. I am grateful for like-minded people. I am grateful for vision. I am so grateful for the words we're about to hear from Reverend Patti. I know and accept that it uplifts us and it drives each and every one of us to go deeper, to lift up our consciousness to a greater good here and right now. So I say, thank you, God. Thank you for all this good. Thank you for the power of the word, for the words we speak. For we know that it is all good and it is all God. So I just, right now, let it go, let it be, and so it is.
Good morning. My name is Marcus Gilliland, and I am a newly licensed practitioner here at Vision, a Center for Spiritual Living. I had originally selected a different song to sing first this morning. However, as I was going through music, this one really stood out to me. It is from Sondheim's Into the Woods, and it has been an enduring and important piece of art in my life for decades. And I think it really stands out as a piece that has a message for today's landscape. And I want you to know that wherever you are and whatever's going on, you are not alone. No one is alone. No one here to guide you. Now you're on your own. Only me beside you. Still you're not alone. No one is alone. Truly, no one is alone. Sometimes people leave you halfway through the wood. Others will deceive you. You decide what's good. You decide alone. But no one is alone. People make mistakes. Fathers, mothers, people make mistakes, holding to their own, thinking they're alone. Honor their mistakes, everybody makes one another's terrible mistakes. Witches can be right, giants can be good. You decide what's right, you decide what's good. Just remember, someone is on your side, someone else is not. While you're seeing your side, maybe you forgot they are not alone. No one is alone. Hard to see the light now. Just don't let it go. Things will turn out right now. We can make it so. Someone is on your side. No one is alone.
Good morning. We are still in the month of July. Really, I know, right? It feels like it's been March to July, but we are still in the month of July, and the theme for the month is untethered spirituality. And today's talk is about being free of duality. And you know, our spiritual practice, the science of mind and spirit, Ernest Holmes said that, you know, that we are, at that time, he said, we are the first faith philosophy to be perfectly, totally free from dogma, duality, and superstition. And so the first week, I think I talked about feeling free, which is really the freedom within our faith tradition, which is open at the top. Ernest Holmes said open at the top. And then last week, I talked about our belief system in that we are free from dogma, the idea that there is a book of rules, you know, and that there are limits in traditional religions and in organizations. These are limits that are imposed upon you in order for you to be part of the group, and that we are free from dogma as well. You know, that idea that, oh, you must do this or you must not do that, you know, in order to be a part. So Ernest Holmes said we are free from that. We are free of dogma. We're free of duality. We're free of superstition. So today we're talking about this idea of duality. So let's talk about duality. You know, we see the evidence of duality around us in the physical world all the time. We see day and night. We see light and dark. We see good and evil. We see strong and weak. We see abundance and lack, joy and sorrow. I could go on and on. So we see the appearance of duality all the time. Right? Either opposites or opposing forces, right? And in religion, it can be God and the devil, you know, fighting for all eternity for the soul of humanity. But don't be taken in by that. Don't be taken in by the appearance of duality. Don't be lured into the dark side. Don't go to the dark side. Yes, I know, I'm making a Star Wars reference. Absolutely. Well, you know the story that went on around George Lucas years and years ago, back when Star Wars first came out. There was a picture of him in the newspaper in his library, and he posed in the photograph, and it went out all over the place. And one of the ministers of religious science happened to see in the bookshelf behind George Lucas was the book, The Science of Mind textbook. And when he was fortunate enough to see him in a restaurant one time, he asked him, you know, that book on your shelf in your study is the Science of Mind textbook, and, you know, have you ever read it? And George Lucas looked at him and said, yeah, where do you think I got the idea for the Force? So, may the Force be with you. But Now the Star Wars saga is all about the triumph of good over evil. It's Joseph Campbell's, the traditional, the hero's journey, right? With Luke Skywalker and all that stuff. But that is exactly the kind of duality that I'm referring to, right? This idea that there are opposing forces, that there is good and evil, battling each other for the, to save or to destroy mankind. And here's what Ernest Holmes had to say. In the Science of Mind textbook, he said, the only reason man is limited is that he has not allowed the divine within him to more completely express. Man's divine individuality compels infinity to appear in his experience as duality because he believes in duality. See how that works? So when we discuss the qualities of God, all of those divine attributes that we assign to the creator of everything, right, whether it's God or the beloved or higher power or however you want to explain it, right, we have these qualities that we assign to this first cause. We call it the qualities, we refer to them as the qualities to which there are no opposites. Right? In spirit, in God, these are qualities to which there are no opposites. No opposites. We need to get that. No opposites, right? Think about it, because all around in the world, we take in through our eyes, this idea, the appearance, right? The illusion of duality. Right? What is that old expression? Who are you going to believe, me or your lying eyes? Well, it is the appearance of duality. It is not the truth of duality. Yes, for all intent and purposes, we see opposites in the physical world. We operate in the physical world as if it were truth, when in fact, it's only a fact, right? And what do we know about facts? We know they change all the time. What we believe to be true changes all the time. As we evolve, as we change, right, and as we discover the truth with a capital T in our lives, those facts must change. As we discover the truth of life, we evolve and we embrace new ideas about this thing called life. Remember, years ago, we actually thought Apollo drove his flaming chariot across the sky, right? Some god, some sun god. And that was the sun. Years ago, we thought Demeter's daughter, Persephone, was kidnapped by Hades to the underworld. And 6 months out of the year, when she was down there, we had fall and winter. And then when she came up to visit her mother above ground, for half the year, we had spring and summer. That's how seasons were explained to us. It was a series of gods, and we believed that as well. At one point, we believed the earth was flat, and if we sailed too far, we'd fall off the edge. At one time, we believed the earth was the center of the universe, and everything revolved around us. We believed all sorts of things that were not true. And when we discover a new truth to be known, then we embrace it and then we evolve. Duality is one of those false beliefs, but it is stubbornly clinging to the human mind. And Ernest Holmes said this, he said, the belief in duality supposes that an evil is as equal to a good. That suppositional devil divides with good the kingdom of truth. Such things cannot be. Remember the teaching of Moses. God is one. If, on the other, we accept that evil has a power equal to good, then we must fall into the ditch of our own confusion. And so this is where we're going with this, right? There is only one. There cannot be duality. There cannot be duality. There can only be one. Only one. Core concept one. There is only God. So allow me to go back for a moment to those qualities of God that we talked about, right? They are qualities to which there are no opposites. That's what we say. Qualities to which there are no opposites. So I say abundance, and you say, but wait, of course there is lack. Okay, that's not an illusion. That's real. I've seen it. It exists. And when I say love, You say, well, of course, but there is hate. It exists. I've seen it, right? And when I say order, you say, but wait, there is chaos. It exists. I've seen it. Again, who are you going to believe, me or your lion eyes, right? The truth is there is only one. There is only one. There is only God. Those qualities of God, of spirit, in whatever form it chooses to show up, it is still only God. You know, there's still only the one. Everything that we call a quality of God exists. All of those qualities exist. None of their opposites exist. But all of those qualities exist on a continuum. And there's a perfect example of that. There's an old story that flies around the internet every once in a while about Albert Einstein in school. Not about Albert Einstein in school. It never was attributed to him. I don't know how it got to be a story about him, because it's not. It's entirely made up. However, the truth of the story is truth. And it's an old folksy story, makes the rounds on the internet. Like I said, it's entirely made up, but the story itself is true, right? And it tells an absolute truth. There is only light, there is no dark. He has a conversation with, allegedly his professor. And he said, we can measure light. We can measure light down to 1 photon, but there is no dark scale. We cannot measure amounts of dark. Dark does not exist. There is only light in as much or as little as it shows up. Down to 1 photon we can measure light. But we cannot measure dark. It is simply the absence of light. So there is a scale. There is a light scale. We can measure light. We cannot measure dark. When scientists take measurements, they measure amounts of light. But there is no dark scale. It does not exist. It does not exist. There is only light on a continuum. Dark is not a thing in and of itself. It is merely the absence of light. The same is true for heat. Actually, when you think about it, just like there is only light from almost nothing to pure light, and it exists on a sliding scale, a continuum, the same is true of heat. When we measure something, when we take something's temperature, we are taking a measurement of the amount of heat coming off of a body. Whatever body it is. It could be the body of a planet, it could be a human body, it could be the body of a rock, a mineral. Whatever it is that we're taking the measurement of temperature of, we are taking a measurement of the heat coming off of that body. Hot and cold, apparent dualities. But cold doesn't exist. You cannot measure cold. There is no cold scale. There is only the amount of heat radiating off of a body. Even absolute zero, which is a minus 460 degrees Fahrenheit, right? The temperature at which they claim atoms will cease to move, almost. There is still a measurement of heat coming off of that body, minus 460 degrees Fahrenheit, but it's still a measurement of heat radiating off of a body. There is only one thing. There is only heat. It's the only thing we can measure. There is no cold scale. We can go from absolute zero all the way to hotter than hell. There's no hell. But we're still only measuring the amount of heat. And so the same is true for these qualities of God. They exist on that same continuum. When we say abundance is a quality of God, but we look all around us and say, yeah, but wait, there's lack here, there's lack there. Yes, it is, but it's only abundance. Abundance on a continuum. The least amount of abundance, we call it lack, but it's still only one thing. Either we have a lot or a little joy, a lot or a little freedom, a lot or a little abundance, a lot or a little beauty. All the way down the line, all of those qualities of God, they exist on a continuum. And we get to express as much or as little of them as we choose because we have free will, right? We have come here. Spirit has sought to incarnate itself as us, but we are left alone to discover our own divinity. And so we accept as much of any of these qualities as we desire, as we embrace, as we embody, as we demonstrate. We are free within this structure, within this thing called life, to choose what we will experience. And if we don't like it, we're free to choose again. And we're free to choose again, and we're free to choose again, and we are free to choose again. And you know what? This is where this belief in duality comes in again, right? This is where the belief in duality gets in the way again. Because even if we can get over this idea that the qualities have no opposites, we can kind of grasp this continuum of there's only one thing. We see our situation, right? Maybe we're struggling to pay the bills. Let's use abundance as an example, right? We can do with a greater expression of prosperity in and through and around our lives. And we look around and we see others with more, and we think to ourselves, I can demonstrate that as well. Or we think to ourselves, hey, look at that guy over there. Why does he have so much and I don't? What's wrong with this picture? And we have fallen into the trap of duality once again. The very thought that there is an us and a them, or a he and a me, that very thought that there is some aspect of God that's greater or lesser than some aspect of God is ridiculous. Again, it is the illusion of duality. It is the absolute separation. Then oneness goes right out the window, right? When we think about others, when we think about this whole idea of there even being an other, and an other that God can bestow more on than me. That whole idea is an illusion. It is the illusion of separation. Again, it goes back to duality. The sense of duality gets right in our vision, and it blurs our sight of oneness. It blurs the idea of oneness, because we look out and we see something that we think is apart from us, that has more than we do. So we have to work our way through this illusion of separation. If principle works over there for that guy, principle works right here in my life as well. Spirit does not play favorites. Spirit responds to all alike. I remember several years ago, Terry McBride, I don't know if you remembered him, he was a guest speaker we've had several times. Love his story and his way of telling it. And Terry McBride always says that Spirit is forever supporting us, right? Spirit is forever saying yes to us. And the way he described it was, Spirit says, you pick the game, I will play with you there. You pick the game. I will play with you there. You want to play the abundance game? I'm right there with you, right? Spirit is right in the midst. You want to play lack? I'll play lack with you. And Spirit is right there within, right there alongside of you. Spirit does not control the game. Spirit does not tell you what you choose, right? Spirit is forever waiting for that, for that decision on your part. But you're the one who chooses the game. This is where free will is. And Spirit is right there alongside of you, playing whatever game it is you have chosen. And the thing is, if you don't like the game you're playing, you get to choose again. You get to choose again. So, there is no duality in the qualities of God. There's only a continuum. There is no duality among us. We are all simply spirit inhabiting form. We all have the same qualities within us. Our fellow humans are all outpicturings of the one. We are all, we can all access those same qualities in whatever amounts we choose. There is no me and her or me and him. So that takes us to the last vestige of the illusion of duality, God and I. God and I. And that we seem to hang on to this illusion of duality there. When we decide on enlarging, say, our experience of abundance, right? We work through the illusion of the duality of abundance and lack. It doesn't exist. Then we declare what is ours, not comparing or competing with another, because there are no others. There is only Spirit. Then we arrive at speaking our word. To whom? We're speaking our word to whom, right? To a God out there somewhere? listening in on our prayers, eavesdropping. That is the last bit of duality that we must overcome. There is no God out there listening in, or not listening, as the case may be, or responding to us or not responding to us, or rewarding us or not rewarding us. It cannot be. It cannot be. The innermost God and the outermost God are one God. There is nothing outside of yourself except more God, right? The eternal one. That energy which has created the universe and created you is the same energy that lives inside of you. The very power that we are addressing in prayer, we are using to pray with. The very energy. The innermost God and the outermost God are one God. The power we are speaking is the same power we are speaking with. Okay, shall I say that again? The same power we are speaking to is the exact same power we are speaking with. So when we declare and affirm our good as already done, it's already done. And then what holds it up? What holds it up, right? Our belief in duality. Our belief that we're speaking to some other thing, to some other power that is not us, right? Our belief that we're appealing to something, some energy that then is going to bestow upon us, right, our declaration. That false belief that somehow our words and God's power are two different things is the definition of duality itself, right? But it is one. It is one energy. It is one energy. The very energy of our word is the energy of demonstration. It is. There is no separation. Oh, goodness gracious. Here's how I know it's true. Here's how I know this is true. Because when we pray, when we do affirmative prayer, we pray for some change in the condition of our lives, and we wait upon it, and it does not happen. And we go to doubt. And we go back to prayer, right? And it does not happen. Our change in conditions does not occur. And we know our thought of denial. We know that we've had thought of fear. We know we've had a thought of doubt. And it keeps the manifestation from occurring. It keeps the demonstration from occurring because our mind is somewhere in our mind, right? We have doubt. We have fear. And how can it be possible that something as simple as a thought in our head can stop a power that has created the universe and continues to create? How can that be? How can something as small as a thought in our own head stop the power and presence that created the entire universe? How can that be? The only way it can be is that our thought is the same energy as the energy of the demonstration itself. It is one in the same. Our thought is using the same power, the same presence, the same energy. It is the only way that our thought in our head, contrary to what we've declared, can stop or start creation from expressing in our individual lives. Our thoughts are the very same power of creation. It is the only way a thought can stop a power of creation from manifesting in our lives. It must be equal to the power of manifestation, which means they are one and the same. The energy of our thoughts, the energy of our prayers, the energy of manifestation, the energy of spirit, it is all one. It is all the same. And we have to own that. We have to own that. We have to stop being those spiritual beggars that Charles Fillmore said that we are. Please, God, could you do me a favor and do this and do that? We must start declaring, owning the energy. It's one energy. It is one. There is only one. Ernest Holmes said this in The Science of Mind. He said, to manifest means to show forth or to make evident. Everything we see, plants, animals, man, every visible thing is a manifestation of God, differing only in degree. And every manifestation contains, in essence, the whole. as one drop of ocean water is perfect, in essence, as the entire ocean. We are not all of God, of course, but the reality within us is God. And as we make conscious use of the law, planting an idea in mind and watching it burst forth in form into objectivity, we are producing the manifestation. We are producing the manifestation. We're producing it. It must be that way. There can be no duality. There can be no separation. There cannot be God and us. It is only spirit and form. There can be no duality in any way. There is only one. There is only God. Core concept one, God is all there is. There is only energy in all forms. We are that. God is that. Everything is that. The universe is that. We absolutely are one. And all of the power and all of the presence flows through us. We align with it, we use it, we demonstrate it, we are it. Have a wonderful day. Thank you very much.
I honor the place in you that is the same in me. I honor the place in you where the whole universe resides. I honor the place in you of light, of love, of peace, and of truth. I honor the place in you that is the same in me. Letting go of aggravation, I have found such peace. Letting go of consternation, I have found such peace. Letting go of condemnation, I have found such peace. This is where your soul and mine can find relief. I honor the place in you that is the same in me. I honor the place in you where the whole universe resides. I honor the place in you of light, of love, of peace, and of truth. I honor the place in you that is the same in me. You and I are made of stardust. We can live in peace. You and I are full of glory. We can live in peace. You and I will live forever in eternal peace. This is where your soul and mine can find relief. Here we go. I honor the place in you that is the same in me. I honor the place in you where the whole universe resides. I honor the place in you of light, of love, of peace, and of truth. I honor the place in you that is the same in me. I honor the place in you that is the same in me. There is but one. Namaste.
Welcome back. Thank you, Marcus, for that beautiful song. I just love it. And, you know, he's our newly licensed practitioner, one of our two newly licensed practitioners. We are so blessed and honored to have him as part of this congregation. And you're so talented, too. I love it. More of that, please, right? We have such talented people in our Vision congregation. I just love it. So now is the time for our conscious circulation. This is the time where you're invited to give back to this place we call Vision, this community that is your community. This is a spiritual practice right? Of giving back from your first and best, from what has already been given to you by Spirit. So if you are so inclined, and I appreciate all of the support, the tithes, the contributions that have been coming in while we've been doing this separation, while we've been practicing this sheltering in place, and the illusion of separation, that you have been so active in supporting Vision's ministry and what we are doing here while we're all apart. And it is so it is so good of you, and we are so grateful that we are continuing to get support. We're continuing to pay the bills. We're continuing to do outreach. We're continuing to come to you in your home, and you've made that possible by your donation. So I so appreciate that, and the Core Council thanks you as well. So if you are giving today, if you have already given online, if you've gone to the donation button, or you're going to after the celebration is over, we thank you. If you are having the checks automatically transferred here from your bank to our bank, so grateful that you are keeping the Vision mission and vision alive in your heart, and you're allowing us to do what we can do. So take that idea into your mind, take your donation, the thought of your donation into your mind as we go within to prayer, and know that God is one. God is all there is, and abundance is a quality of God, and we get to demonstrate it. We get to allow it to flow through us into our experience. We get to pass it on. We get to accept gratefully, to give graciously, and to stay in the flow of God's good. We know everything is energy. We know money is energy. It's another form of love. It is another form of God. And so we pass it on freely, joyously, and we know it returns abundantly. And so it is.
As I give, so do I receive, joyfully, gratefully. As I give, so do I receive, fully, freely. God is the river where abundance flows. Stepping into it, I accept and know. As I give, so do I receive. As I give, so do I receive, offering my first and best. As I give, so do I receive, knowing how I've been blessed. God is a river where abundance flows. Stepping into it, I accept and know. As I give, so do I receive. As I give, so do I receive, back to where my soul is fed. As I give, so do I receive. Thank you for my daily bread. God is the river where abundance flows. Stepping into it, I accept and know. As I give, so do I receive. As I give, so do I receive.
Thank you for that. So I want to talk to you a little bit about the Miracle Minute. We have had demonstrations of answered prayer. I referred to Miguel's last week, but I didn't tell you what it was about, and he wanted me to share that with you. He said that he had been diagnosed with glaucoma out here in San Diego, and when he moved to New Mexico, he wanted to get a doctor to follow up with him with his vision, because of course that's so important. And he had a doctor explore, and they said to him, "You don't have glaucoma," which is wonderful news, absolute wonderful news. He said that there's something about the pressure in his eye was a little higher, but it was not that. It was something about his blood pressure. I don't really know the technical part of it, but He did pray that. He had the change of condition. It is amazing. It is a miracle. It absolutely is a miracle minute. We love you, Miguel. So happy for you. Definitely a demonstration of answered prayer. Again, I wanted to go over Paul's demonstration of answered prayer too, because I didn't have the details last week, but it was a demonstration of money. And don't you love that? Unexpected income. You know, when you spend money and then you get it back in the mail in some other way. He had 2 unexpected checks come in after he had spent money on clothing that he was not expecting money to just come flow into his experience. And that is a demonstration of answered prayer as well. And we have one more, was from Bev, who said, since she's been sheltering in place, and it's been quite a while, she has been uplifting herself with, well, the uplift during the week with readings, 365 Science of Mind, the Science of Mind textbook. And sometimes it's a challenge, but it's also a reward, is it not? And she said that she's been uplifted by her faith tradition, which is what we do here in the Science of Mind and Spirit. So thank you for that share, Bev, and I absolutely understand the struggle to stay motivated, to stay uplifted. And so, yes, absolutely, we go back to our teaching. We go back to principle whenever there is a challenge. And so if you find yourself in prayer and in meditation more often these days than you normally are, that's okay. That is okay. We cannot have too much prayer. We cannot have too much meditation. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep yourself uplifted. Visit the Uplift during the week, Monday through Friday at 1 for an additional, jolt of lift. And keep doing what you're doing. Yeah, praying evening and night, praying mornings and evenings, however you do it. Just what we know is that prayer changes things. It absolutely does. And now it's time for the last word by Johnny Kirko.
Hello, it's me. No, really, this is me. You know I'm going to get excited here. So anyway, hi everybody, nice to see you. I can't see you, but you can see me. So I want to mention to you, we do have our Vision Meet and Greet right after this meeting. Come and join us. Paul is putting it on the Facebook page right now, or you can see it in the email. There's a link there. Come and check some time, or spend some time with us. We have practitioners who are going to be able to pray with you as well. So love to have you be there. Reverend Patti just mentioned a little bit about Uplift. We'll continue doing those Monday through Friday. They start at 1 o'clock Pacific time. Come and join us. I want to thank Reverend Gene Phillips and Paul Domaleski for last week. And this week we've got Billy Francis. And I don't know who else is going to be coming in, but we've got, of course, Reverend Patti too. So join us 1 o'clock. The book study that Marianne Downs Tanaka is starting tomorrow. It is on the untethered soul. The book is written by Michael Singer, and if you want to know more about him, read the Science of Mind magazine this month. There's an article on him, and he talks a lot about the untethered soul, the book. Join us tomorrow. If you haven't gotten the book yet, Marianne Downs Tanaka said, it's okay. Join us anyway, or you can go get it on Kindle or on your Nook or whatever, and join us for tomorrow. And if you do happen to get the book, read the first couple chapters, and we'll be beginning at 6:30 to 8 o'clock, and that'll be the next 5 Monday nights. Reverend Patti Paris is going to start a book study also in the month of August. I don't have a slide up for it yet, but she's going to be talking about dismantling racism. We're going to do those on Saturday morning, probably about 10 o'clock in the morning. We'll have more information on the website, so keep checking on that. But it's a book study that Reverend Patti will be doing. This Thursday night, we've got a Folky Monkey. The Folky Monkey's back. It's not just Joe Rathburn. We have Mr. Gregory Page who's going to be with us. Gregory Page is an amazing singer, and I believe Jeff Stasny. So come and be a part of that. I think we're starting at 6 o'clock, so we can get some people on the East Coast as well. So join us for that. Also want to mention we have a special concert on July 29th. It's a Wednesday evening. Janet Hammer and Nathan Fry, they're going to be celebrating 30 years together. This is going to be a concert that we're going to be providing live on Facebook as well as on our website. Join in. You can go up to the web right now and you can donate if you want. It's going to be an amazing concert. Janet and Nathan, when they're together, it's just unbelievable. You just got to be there. You're going to love that concert. Love, love, love. Next week, Reverend Patti Paris will be back. Her talk title is Free from Superstition. Superstition. I'm not going to sing that. But anyway, I don't know who our guest singer is. Do you know who our guest singer is? I don't know who it is yet. but you're going to have to check in for next week. I'll let you know. Annual meeting will be happening right after that. Our Sunday celebration will be starting about 11:15. We're going to talk a little bit about the budget, our new core council members, the things that we're going forward with. So join us. We'll give a link for that as well for the Zoom meeting. So can't wait to see you. Thanks, guys.
Now it's time for our affirmations. So if you're sitting, if you're comfortable, it's time to stand up. Get that energy flowing. Get up, start stretching, start moving around a little bit, get that blood flowing through you. We are going to stand in the truth of these affirmations. We're going to say them together. We're going to say them in power, on purpose, with passion, and commitment to the truth of our souls. Are you ready? Are you with me? Let's do this. Free from the shackles of separation, I celebrate my connectedness to all things. In silence, I release duality and I experience unity. I see the light of spirit in everyone. I love that, and I love all three of them, but I'm kind of partial to 3. Let's say 3 again. Let's say number 3 again, okay? I see the light of spirit in everyone. And so, from that truth, let's go into prayer. I give great thanks for this day, for this celebration. I know and accept that it is Spirit having its way with us, having fun, being life itself through us and as us in the world. I know Spirit is flowing unbound and unfettered through us. I know and accept that God is good all the time, and it expresses that goodness. It expresses itself through us. As we move about our day, we are the abundance of God, revealing itself in form on earth. We are the beauty of God, the balance, the joy, the order, the love of God, demonstrating itself in form through us and as us in the world. And as we stand in the truth of who we are, as we stand in the truth of God's goodness, we know we give permission for those people around us to shine their light as well. Giving great thanks for all of this, I simply let it be. And so it is. Amen. Bye-bye. See you next time.
3, 4. I am blessed. I am blessed. Every day of my life, I am blessed, 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 blessed. When I wake up in the morning, or lay my head to rest, I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. Every day of my life, I am blessed, 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 blessed. When I wake up in